Hello, 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 humanity. Long time, long time. I won't even tell you why because I know you already know, right? I hope you guys have been warm and well. I've been thinking about you and I missed you, of course. You already know that. Humanity, I had been really, really longing for a stuffing, a veggie stuffing, right? And remember, humanity, all of the all of the recipes are meat friendly, so that whatever I put up, you can always substitute everything for your meat, your favorite meats. That's not an issue. They're all of the recipes pretty much are meat friendly. But I had really longed for a stuffing that was not only veggie, but I wanted something really, really simple, something not complicated. I didn't want to have to go through a lot of this, a lot of that, and then I didn't want something that had a lot of ingredients. But of course, I wanted it to be tasty. And so this stuffing, this was my first time, and I want you to know that I didn't even have all of my ingredients. So I'm going to give some optional suggestions, once I finish the recipe, and yours should be even more outstanding. But I always tell you to, personalization and customization is key anyway in all of the recipes. But after I finished after I tasted it, I loved it. But I just thought about, there were some other ingredients that I know that just would have took it right, straight over the top. So keep that in mind. Okay, so the stuffing was really, really simple. All I did was I used the bagel recipe, which is there on my channel, and I'm doing everything I can trying to learn a little bit faster so I can get a website up so I can get you some tangible, the tangible recipes, so that way you can write it down or take a screenshot. I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do that, but I'm trying to learn this technology as best I can, but I would like to have something more tangible so that way you can just if you miss a particular ingredient or what have you, or a particular cooking measure, you don't have to keep rewinding it. You can just actually just look at the recipe. So anyway, what I did was I used the bagel recipe that's there on the channel, and I made little bitty small bagels, and I baked those. I did two batches, as a matter of fact, and I put that to the side and let that cool. After it cooled, I cut them up just like I would be, just like, or broke the little bagels up just like you would if you were doing an actual stuffing. If you use bread, or if you use cornbread, or if you use the cubes that the stuffing cubes. However, sometimes you break it up, sometimes you don't. Well, I broke the bagels up, right? And I put that in a bowl, and then I went in with one tablespoon of sage, and that's what I was talking about when I told you that there were other ingredients that I wish I had had, because I would have liked to have gone in with not just the sage. I would have loved to have had maybe like a teaspoon of thyme, not the long sprigs or the fresh thyme, but just the powdered thyme. I would have loved to have had a teaspoon of thyme to put in. Also, I believe that would have just took the flavor to another level. So I used 1 tablespoon of sage. I used 2 tablespoons of a chicken bouillon powder, a half a teaspoon of black pepper. I used 2 tablespoons of garlic, 2 tablespoons of onion powder. I used really, really important. I used 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning. Now the stuffing will not taste like tacos, but it that taco seasoning, it gave it a unfamiliar flavor. You know what I'm saying? It gave it just that little hint of something that you eat something and you're like, that tastes familiar. I just can't get it, but it made it taste really, really good. So anyway, I put in 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning, And remember, personalize and customize the recipe to your advantage. Your palate, what you prefer tasting. So you might want to go in after you make it, maybe your second time. Maybe you want to go in with 2 tablespoons of a taco seasoning. So you be the judge of that. And then I think I went in with the 1 tablespoon of mozzarella cheese, just to enhance the flavor. One 1/4 cup of chopped celery, 1/4 cup of chopped bell peppers, real small. 1/4 cup of chopped onions, real fine. 1 teaspoon of hot sauce, and yeah, that was it. And then I went in with just a pinch of xanthium gum. I'm not a half teaspoon, not a fourth teaspoon, but just a little bitty pinch. And then I told you bouillon powder. And now, like I say, go in with look at, listen to the recipe, and then go in with some of your favorite ingredients. But if you can come across that thyme, I really suggest you come in with that thyme. That thyme, it would really, when I tasted it, I was like, wow, that thyme would have took it to another level. It would have just been, it was really good, but it would have took it to that next level. And one thing I like about it, for those of us family that are coming out of coming out of the the endless cravings for sugar, endless cravings for eating, and this, that, and the other. It really does make me feel good to know that that's just one more thing to add to the variety, so we don't get bored, and of course the deprivation, so we're not limited to, because stuffing has a lot of bread in it, and of course, bread, that starch that turns directly into sugar. So it's good that, because the bagels, they're made out of coconut flour, oat flour, and you can just even take those fewer carbs out. You can do a whole bread with the xanthium gum and almond flour. So you have a lot of choices, for those of us, like I say, if you're not familiar with just endless eating, endless cravings, endless desires for sugar, and that, what I'm saying to you won't resonate. But for those of us that, we've craved eating things that where, if we're unfortunate enough where they have a lot of bread, a lot of sugar, it just has not been good for us in terms of our health. And though, there are still a lot of us that are struggling with aches and pains and things in our health, so we need the better options as best we can get. So you're going to add 1 egg, and because these ingredients are so manageable in terms of you using water, or the xanthium gum helps you if you want to use water. So I put in maybe like a fourth of a cup of water, and then you're going to put in one fourth cup of chopped cauliflower. Now let me tell you why. Cauliflower, once it's chopped up in its real fine state, it will give you the texture in your stuffing of cornbread. Cornbread is kind of gritty and grainy, right? Well, the cauliflower is going to do that for you. It's going to give you that texture where it feels kind of grainy. And if you feel like you don't have enough graininess, just feel free to go in with a half a cup of chopped real fine cauliflower. You know how you can get that. Just make it like a rice texture. Put it in your blender, or use, I think that's the mandolin. I really do have to make sure I'm pronouncing it right. And you just shave your cauliflower till it resembles rice. And now when you stir all of that up with your 1 egg, and like I say, you go in with 1/4 cup of the chopped cauliflower, put it in the blender or what have you. But if you want a more grainy taste, because that's the purpose of the cauliflower, to give you that grainy texture, you can go in, if you want, with a half a cup of the cauliflower. So you're going to mix all that up with 1 egg, 1/4 cup of water, and if you find it that it's still kind of stiff, still kind of dry and what have you, go in with another fourth cup of water. But remember, you don't want the stuffing to be running. You don't want it to be over, you don't want it to be too liquidy. So maybe maybe, well, you if you fix stuffing, you know what it should resemble. So you'll go in with 1/4 cup of water. If you find that it's dry, put in another fourth cup. But what you don't want a pancake consistency. You don't want it that liquid, okay? So you're gonna preheat your oven to 375, and then you'll bake that for maybe, depending on how much you're putting in your pan. Maybe you can go in for 20 minutes. Maybe you can go in for 30 minutes. You decide that. Stick a fork or a spoon, the handle of either. Stick it into the stuffing, and if it comes up watery or what have you, you got to go in for maybe about another 10 minutes because it's not done yet. Okay, so humanity, I'm going to end it there, and believe me, I haven't forgotten about all of the the other things that I need to be submitting. I'm going a little slow, but I haven't forgotten. So anyway, I definitely want to bring you a couple of appetizers. I hadn't been able to cook the way I wanted to. And so this may be beneficial to some of you. Sometimes you're not doing your meal prep, or you just simply may be too busy, or you may just don't feel good. And so appetizers are really, really, really great. You throw your couple of quick ingredients in, and I'm talking about between 2 to 3 minutes, and I'm talking about the filling of almost plates full of appetizers. So okay, so I'll try to get that slide to you next. Okay, you know how we ended humanity. I'm gonna go and give in.